I thought it was just like dancing, getting dressed up, and maybe that was my mistake.
Yeah.
So I acknowledge that.
Look at this.
Big one.
Yeah, the act of getting dressed up, looking fly as hell, wearing a minimum of 3-inch heels, preferably higher, and dancing your ass off into the wee hours of the morning. That was what I was doing.
Yeah, this is white people's definition of it. This is what you learn. Guys, what do you think popping pussy is?
That was my bad. That was my bad.
That was your bad.
I'll go to the real Urban Dictionary.
Just give me a call every time. Right?
Anytime you're worried about anything like that. Yeah,
that's what I thought. As a white, I thought poppy was just dancing. I thought it was like twerking.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I knew that that's what you meant.
Yes, that's what I meant.
But like once the internet makes you a whore, they're looking at Joe, we're talking.
This is your friend's wife.
That's my wife, yo. That's my wife for the time being.
It's What's
going on?
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Stop it. Get some help.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Nerd Chronicles, which hosts a sociocultural nerd Christian Paul speaking. And ladies and gentlemen, the block has been extremely hot for Mr. Akaash Singh. And for those who may not notice, block has been hot all over social media in regards to Mr. Akaash Singh getting humiliated by his current white Jasleen, belittling him, disrespecting him, bragging about other men's peeing right on TV and up in the public eye. And, Akaash really just taking some of the stuff, literally taking the stuff as a joke. And I do my best not to actually speak too much on relationship advice on this channel. It's mainly literally to try and call out hypocrisy and like who these pseudo gurus mainly are. But you gotta take it all the way back to some months ago. I forgot like the exact date. It was around the time where Flagrant One and what's Akaash Singh was on there alongside with the other comedian's name. Shoot, I forgot his name. It's not Crowder. But this other dude's name who was also a comedian as well. Let me try to make sure I actually get the right information of this. This white dude and the Indian dude, right? I forgot his name. I'll get back to you when I get back with it. They were coming by mainly checking Myron Gaines, actually calling them out for their hypocrisy when it comes to basically pseudo alpha garbage. Them actually trying to spew out game to other women, actually teaching them about serious relationships where their main relationships literally failed, especially with Myron's and having a failed relationship with Angie due to the fact that Angie left him for some construction guy that's just being honest and actually living an average life. Now, fast forward to recent, and Akaash out here is literally copping pleas and going berserk because now his relationship antics has been getting exposed by his current wife. You know what I mean? He's the one that's been saying this stuff, saying, hey, Will Smith was getting humiliated by Jada Pinkett Smith, but yet Akaash is actually enduring the same old thing. Is it universal karma? Or is it hypocrisy?
Preferences, bro.
I want to know
here's where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem. Well, I'm not saying I don't have a problem with the joke, but I have empathy for trying to be funny, and then it comes out fucked up, and then everybody's on your neck.
Exactly.
That's something.
Yes. Yeah.
Al can speak to black shit a lot more. I can speak to, you're trying to be funny. It comes out fucked up. That's not what you meant. What I don't like, what I find corny as fuck, is my preference is not my women. Now, I thought it was I'm not dating my women, period, which is the corniest human being outside of a criminal to me, period. It's just, those are your roots. Those women are reflected in your roots. So if you're saying, hey, I don't generally date them, but I have more space for it, even though I still think it's a little corny between, that's just my thing.
Akaash is the extreme. Akaash only dates brown.
Oh, okay.
Akaash has been with one girl in his life who is his wife.
That's my wife. That's an
so
Indian
this
woman.
is like loyal through and through.
Okay.
And I understand it's not as important for y'all, but as an Indian, there's not a lot of us who are famous. So whether you like it or not, people are looking at you as a role model. You guys have established yourselves as role models. From simps to pimps. which is another motto I find kind of corny, but I looked into what you guys are about. And a lot of the shit is just childish, which is fine if you want to be funny. We just talk about how doctors ain't shit for 45 minutes. We are not in any way life coaching. We are not in any way trying to help men outside of, hey, come have a laugh for a couple hours. If you're going to paint yourself as life coaches and then say shit like, you know what I mean, I just don't really fuck with black girls like that.
True alpha of the pack is not the dog that barks all the time, is super defensive, insecure. Like, those are the red pill guys. The true alpha of the pack is the calm one. The quiet, the like leads with dignity and this like stature and this grace. And let's face it, men are like dogs, like, you know? So it's like, the analogy fits.
If the shoe fits.
It's if the shoe fits, wear it. So
Pavlov, thank you.
Pavlov. No, so I was gonna say the same thing about Akaash. Like, I think the happy wife, happy life is more just like, women are so in tune with their emotions. We go through like week over week fluctuations. So one, we can't always be on it every week like how men can. And number two, it's like we give them like this kind of comfort and emotional support and stability that they wouldn't be able to get otherwise. You know what I mean?
Except when Akaash comes home from a very rough weekend, did like 3-4 shows, and she goes, can you walk happy? Because I'm tired.
Honestly, yes. Retweet, but also Akaash hasn't been doing shit for happy this week because he's been sick.
Oh,
so
wait, also
whatever.
Men being
deal.
sick. Men being sick, horrible.
I hate men being sick. It's the worst genre of man. They're so Neho. Like, I swear to God, the way this guy has been sleeping in his cocoon, like he's been hibernating. It's like you think he fucking came down with like fucking TB or something. Like.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do want to tell you something definitely personally, and I can speak on this very confidently because I grew up around actual married couples, and I actually was raised by a married couple that is still standing strong to this very, very day. I have never seen my parents mainly talk about some other man or some other woman's genitals or whatever they got going on up in the public eye like that. I have not seen cousins of mine, I have not seen aunts and uncles of mine literally do the same thing, or even grandparents do the same thing that Jasleen is actually mainly doing, because that is the utter sign of disrespect when you guys are married. Keyword, married! You know what I'm saying? You cannot do that. It's the utter form of disrespect that you could literally do with a spouse, man or woman. And I want to say to y'all gentlemen this, irrespective of what pill you listen to, all the other garbage that y'all saying, I will agree with them on this. When you let a woman disrespect you on this level for this long, all respect is gone. And you're better off cutting off your losses and moving on. Just as I would advise Akaash to do, because at the end of the day, she never truly respected Akaash as who he really is and what he really does. She just want to use up Akaash mainly for his while. These types like there, they want to try and use these types of women, use these types of men out here just for like a little bank check. So she got to literally try to splurge off and literally try to screw him over down the line. But she does not want to try and do any part of the deal when it comes to the relationship or even when it comes to the marriage. That's why the marriage is currently failing right now as it is.
Earlier you said that there was a rotation of guys.
A roster.
Roster.
Yeah, what does a roster
What is that?
mean to you?
What does this mean?
You guys have to understand, have you ever heard of the repressed Catholic schoolgirl?
Never.
Yes.
I was,
Yeah, we've heard of it.
okay.
Yeah.
So I was
His Catholic
I
school was
heard
in his
of it.
living room. Imagine how repressed he was.
I was a repressed Indian girl that I didn't even watch Jersey Shore in high school because I felt it to be too inappropriate. So when I got to college, I'm like, oh my God, I can dress however I want. I can do whatever I want.
You can have a roster of frat boys.
This is what happens when you fear what other people think rather than fearing what your creator thinks.
I've seen people talk about a lot of clips of Jasleen and Akaash where like even their proposal or even like Akaash did like a second proposal, it's like a vow renewal thing, and got her a ring and everything, and when he goes in for a kiss, like she gives him her cheek and like doesn't kiss him. I can give her a little bit of leeway on that because I do know there's a lot of women that like don't want a guy to mess up their makeup and he might be a sloppy kisser. I don't know. I do think that when you're talking about like a proposal and somebody doing something really nice for you, I think that there's a way that you can give them a kiss and not like just completely disregard them without messing up your makeup. I don't know. I can give her a little bit of leeway where maybe she doesn't want to wreck the makeup because she knows she's on camera, but it also, the fact that she literally is like almost like giving him the side of her head and stuff, and that's sounding a little bit weird. And I also feel like at this point in their relationship, like you'd think that she could have a conversation with him about like, okay, could you just give me like a gentle kiss on the cheek, or could you just give me a gentle kiss or something so that you don't mess up my makeup? Like, I think there's ways you can work that out with someone who actually cares about you. It is a little awkward, but I will also say that people are pulling that up as like, oh, he did this, he bought her a ring and did this second proposal, and she just like wouldn't even kiss him on the mouth. But also when she said like, how big is this ring, and he was like, oh, big enough for you to shut up when I tell you to shut up, or something like that. I'm like, Again, I'm like, okay, these both seem like red flag people, like both of them. And sometimes I get to a place where I'm like, if you see two people that are just like glaring red flags, I kind of almost feel like, all right, maybe they should just be together so that other people don't have to deal with their red flags.
Has increased where I feel even more love from him than I ever thought that I could.
This gentleman here, Akaash here, has little to no self-worth. Mind you, he's handling his business up as a comedian. He's earning millions upon millions of dollars doing what he does. But this dude has little to no self-worth, because he truly has enough of the self-worth that he mainly has. He would have dipped that woman a long, long time ago. Why would you actually try and waste your time going high over heels towards women that won't give the same energy back, or even more? At the very least, give out the same energy. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, what I'm doing now, I only go to women that are obsessed with me, that value me, that appreciate me, that are willing to give up the ass for me for free, okay? That are willing to actually do these things rather than just go with somebody saying, oh, my career comes first, I don't need no man, all of the crazy garbage nonsense. You gotta try and put more effort to keep me around and all this other stuff. Now, if it's something that actually deals with emotion, you're actually trying to do yourself to save your sanity and actually save your freedom, okay, that's fine. And there are some things that actually could have done better with, because I have personal experience with that. But when they actually try to go to that level, they really don't have that type of respect for you like that. You have to let these people go. If they have you out here and y'all actually having fun, y'all literally have like an intimate session, but yet y'all out here literally just separating both rooms, and that woman came and actually get herself together with regards to the ex-man and get themselves coordinated. If they like single mom actually have a child and actually don't even do like a much better job of getting themselves in order. These are the people that don't even value you as much. They're not even obsessed with you. You gotta leave these types of people alone. And I would advise Akaash, leave that woman alone. If she gotta take half, so be it. Start over, rebuild, move on, ghost this woman. Thank God you guys don't have any children together. But she is extremely toxic, and not only can she try and ruin your personal life, she can also try and ruin you from a brand as well, which is why you need to leave that woman, ghost her, get gone, all right? Because no married couple would ever, okay, or even one part of America would ever speak to their little spouse coming by and actually disrespect their spouse with another man, unless it's an open marriage or it's an open relationship. And in many cases where the marriage is mainly closed, none of these spouses would never try to do something like that. Otherwise, you already know it's a strong sign that the marriage is deteriorating.